We are live for our US Grand Prix race day watch along. Wow, you do not want to miss the start of this Grand Prix. I'm Tony Craig, this is F1 Grandstand, and this is what we like to do on a race weekend. We like to do our watch alongs where we allow you to watch the races with me, including qualifying, sprint races, FB1, FB2, FB3. We stream, we chat, and we discuss the action live as the action happens. And it's Sunday night here in the UK. It's 8 o'clock almost. It's, well, nearly 8 o'clock. So, you know, Sunday evening. What a better way to spend a Sunday evening than watch the USA Grand Prix. And let me tell you, you do not want to miss the first lap. No, no, no. Because turn one, bottom of the first straight. Action every year. Last year we saw Leclerc go from fourth to first. In the sprint race, we saw both McLarens taken out by a racing incident. Hulkenberg went for the gap, Piastri went for the gap, Clipsy, Aston Martin and Fernando Alonso, who found himself in P2 from P4. It was very exciting stuff. So you really need to be watching this at the right time, and that is not joining late. So yes, here we are. Gemma's in the chat. Hey Gemma, it's better weather over there than here. That's true. If you're in the US right now, I'm sure you're having better weather than we are. Right here in the UK, it's a little stormy outside. It's like an autumnal winter storm that we're having here. But the sun looks like it's shining in Austin, Texas, doesn't it? So yeah, lots going on. But I'm absolutely delighted to be spending it with you. And you know what, Gemma? We're going to see whether any of your predictions or any of my predictions or Destroy Televisions or anyone else, we're going to see if anyone's predictions are going to come true. Because it is race day, baby. And we do not have long to wait. The drivers are out, on track, in the cars, waiting to start the US Grand Prix at the circuit of the Americas. Great, I like the circuit. I know a few people yesterday were saying they don't like it, but I do. I like the elevations. I like the fact that I love the first corner because the track's so wide, they've got all these runoff areas, which means we're going to see a lot of cars exceeding track limits and we will see penalties. But it means that it tends to be that the drivers tend to overcook it. Hey, Destroy Television, nice to have you with us. We're just talking about this track, how wide it is. The tarmac is so wide. So we're going to see a lot of cars going outside of track limits because the gravel traps are so far outside of the curbs, really. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting race. 8 o'clock Sunday night here in the UK. Much earlier for you guys in the US. How you doing, Destroy Television? Are you ready? Time to see if our predictions are going to come true. Just remind me, what I want you to do, Gemma and Destroy Television and anyone else who's joining the chat, tell me your top 5 prediction, just so we've got it in the chat so I can remember. Your top 5 prediction, your dipstick of the day prediction, who's going to have a mare, who is going to have a mare, and no change in your mind from Wednesday, by the way, and also your driver of the day predictions. Let's get them in the chat so they're on record for this Grand Prix. I told you mine. I was predicting Oliver Bearman as dipstick of the day. I'm regretting that prediction. Oh, I had you seat yesterday. Yeah, the sprint race was crazy, wasn't it, DT? Wasn't it crazy? McLaren's out first lap. Fernando Alonso looking good for a P2 and then puncture. I mean, honestly, crazy scenes. It was really good though. A lot of people don't like sprint races, but it provided quite a lot of action for me. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Hulkenberg qualifying P4. I mean, he qualified P11 for the race, which is still pretty good in that Sauber. Fernando Alonso P10, Sainz P9. Good drive from Sainz in the sprint race. Bearman 8th on the grid, which is a hell of a performance in qualifying from Oliver Bearman, even though I said he was going to be dipstick of the day. We've got Piastri down in 6th. Not a good result in qualifying for him. Hamilton 5, Russell 4, Leclerc, as always, qualifying. He's always strong in qualifying. 3rd, Norris second, and the mighty Max Verstappen qualifying on pole. So yeah, a lot going on. A lot going on. But you don't want to miss the first corner of the first lap, whatever you do. There will be drama. We saw last year Leclerc go from 4th to 1st, didn't we, on that first corner? The United States Grand Prix sold out. Every ticket sold. I love that. Thank you, DT. Thank you for reminding me of your predictions. Thank you. Are you changing? Are you changing your dipstick of the day to Stroll? Because he had a mare yesterday where he tried to do a move on Ocon for like 14th place from 100 metres back and just took him out. So bad. You can't change your dipstick of the day prediction because you've seen that Stroll has had a mare yesterday. You can't. You've got to stick with Ocon. That was your guy. My guy was Ollie Behrman and he's doing exceptionally well. We've got to stick with him. Yeah. Yes, brilliant. Daily Focus, welcome to the chat, my friend. Yeah, you got the Formula One on, you're doing some college work, and you got F1 Grandstand on all at the same time. I love it. Have you got ADHD? Just curious. I have. So yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's right. DT, no cheating. You've got Ocon. That's your prediction. There's no changing now. But I do think we've all got it wrong. I mean, me saying Ollie Behrman, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? He has driven so well this weekend. What was I thinking? Daily Focus, I asked if you had ADHD because you've got F1 Grandstand on. Great choice. You've got the F1 on and you're doing college work all at the same time. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I'm here for it. I like to do that. I've always got 2 or 3 things going on at once as well. I like it. I'm here for it. But I actually do have ADHD. Yes. Okay. USAGP Live on F1HD.net. Full race live. That looks a little bit spammy. Do not leave my chat. I've got someone spamming my chat. If you can have that on though, and this, I'll take it. Yeah, it's a spam. Yeah, it is. It is. Do you know what? That's my first spam. That's my first spam on my watch along. You hit it. Yeah, had it for the football. Did you watch Man United play today? Beat Liverpool 2-1. I'm here for it. Oh, USAGP Live. Wow. Yeah, you picked the scores. You great stuff. Did you win some money? Did you win some monies? I hope you did. I'm a Man United fan. Oh. You know you made it when you get spammed. Oh, you did your Super 6. Brilliant. No money. Boo. I love a Super 6. Yeah, it's good stuff, that. Good stuff. No money. Well, you know what they say. Gambling's for mugs. Yes, they're on the formation lap. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It's all about turn 1, lap 1. It is going to be carnage. I'm sure it is. There's going to be places gained. I mean, Yuki yesterday in the carnage went from P18 to P18 to P7 on the first lap in the sprint race. Yeah, you know what? That national anthem was definitely one of the better ones. Sometimes it can be a bit cringe, but that kid did great. Great. Yeah, really good. I love that. Gemma says, is that rousing? Yeah, I like it. Here we go. Get excited. Mighty Max, if he gets away clean, I think he'll just scamper off, if I'm honest. I think that's what it comes down to. It's his first corner. I'm excited now. Ooh, come on. One of the greatest first corners in F1 calendar, actually. For drama. For drama. Got my cup of tea. I've got Sky Sports Sky F1. Sky Sports F1. That's what I'm watching it on. Yeah, Sky Sports F1, baby. Oh, boo. Okay, they're lined up. Here we go. 5 lights on. Let's go. They're off. Good start from Fernando, I think. Oh, it's carnage. Norris. Leclerc's jumped a spot. P2. And he's making a move on. Oh, wow. A clean first corner. I wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that clean first corner. Are you sure? You need to forward your Sky on. Are you watching on Sky Go? There is it is behind if you're watching on Sky Go. Trying to see how this is shaking down. Oh, I got you. Yeah. I understand. Yeah, you'll definitely get a delay. Try switching it on and off again quickly. That should sort out the lag. Good advice there from Gemma. It's always the answer. Switch it on and off again. Oh, it's a yellow flag. It's Albon. Gemma's tech support tonight for everybody. So Verstappen holding pole, holding first place. Leclerc P2, Norris P3. Hamilton's gained a place. He's up to P4. Piastri P5. He's gained a place. So Russell's lost 2 places. First lap. 6th. Antonelli 7th. Behrman 8th, holding his position. Sainz P9. Tsunoda's made up 3 places on the first lap to P10. Hulkenberg P11. Alonso down 2 places, P12. Lawson down 1 place, P13. Then we got Gasly holding 14th. Bortoletto up a place to 15th. Ocon up 1 place to 16th. Colapinto, Lance Stroll, Hadjar, and Albon with an issue. Wow. So that's been some movement. Yuki Tsunoda, decent gain there. Up into P10. George Russell losing 2 places. First lap. Hamilton up to 4th. Piastri up to 5th. He's gained a place. So, no one's within close enough. No one's in DRS range of Max Verstappen. That means Leclerc's going to be getting attacked by Norris. Some good racing in the midfield here. You got Sainz and Behrman. Sainz trying to put a move on Behrman, and he's done it. Is he going to make it stick? He has. Sainz, great move on Behrman. Up to 8th. Good move. So Sainz is now chasing down Antonelli. All right, what snacks has everyone got? It's a great question, that, Gemma. I have got healthy snack. I've got, this is going to sound awful, but it tastes really good. I have got broccoli. USAGP Live, I'm having to put you in a timeout for spamming my chat. That spam costs $29 a month. Yeah, right. I see. Well, he's gone. He's in a timeout. You can still watch my stream. And I hope you enjoy the stream, but you can't be spamming the chat whilst our chat is for real subscribers and F1 fans that want to talk about the race. But you can watch our feed. Yeah. So Piastri down in 5th place, Norris in 3rd, Max Verstappen in 1st. God, the championship could get interesting here today. Verstappen wins. If Piastri doesn't finish, it could happen. The website's £7 for a week and £20 for a month, is it? I mean, I understand everyone's trying to make a buck, but I would have let him get away with one message. If he just put one message in, I would have let him get away with that. But the fact that he went and put another 5, I can't have that in the chat. Verstappen's pulled out a 2.5-second lead over Leclerc. Leclerc on the softs, actually. Verstappen's on the medium. So Verstappen will go for a longer stint over Leclerc. Norris all over the gearbox of Leclerc, though. Is there enough? Is he trying to put a move on him here on the outside? Lap 4. Leclerc defending. Norris definitely quicker than Leclerc. He is all over the gearbox. Just 1.5 tenths behind him. Trying to find a way past. Good racing. No touching. Even though we all know rubbing's racing. But there's no rubbing. But plenty of racing. I mean, Lando on the mediums, and he definitely has a much faster car. Oh, amazing. You on the Sims? Daily Focus. Oh, the racing sims. Brilliant. I'm going to, as this channel grows, we've had this great idea. We're going to do, you know, with F1 25 or whatever, some of our, to all our subscribers, or like what we can do, we can have, I think you can do it where you can organise like a Grand Prix where all the F1 drivers, we can set up a Grand Prix like Monaco and we can all race each other. Have 20 drivers on the grid. I'd love to do that. And we'll stream it as well. I'll set it up to stream it, but we'll do a show and we'll do. So it might be a good idea, you know, in the yeah. So what might be good if we set it up when the season finishes at the end of this year in December. We do in the off season. Maybe we'll do some Grand Prix and we'll stream them. Up to 25 can join. Yeah, that'll be brilliant. So if any of the subscribers are have the game and they like to do some F1 racing, we'll do it. I mean, some of those racing rigs are incredible, aren't they? They're so expensive though. I think you just need. I think I'll be playing with just a wheel and some pedals on the PlayStation. But yeah, we'll be able to set up. Hopefully, we'll be able. Yeah, get it for Christmas on Xbox. Yeah, and then we should be able to set up like an F1 GRANDSTAND Grand Prix where some of our subscribers, or we'll get 25 of us, we'll do a full race. It'll be fun. Jem is saying Bagsy Bottas. You're going to race as Bottas in the Cadillac. Okay. I have a feeling the Cadillac's not going to be the best car on the grid, unfortunately, next year. First season in F1. I'll be very surprised if it is. Oh, did you? Have you got the Logitech? Someone told me about, is it the Thrustmaster? The Thrustmaster 3000 or 300 or something, someone said to me. I think it's about £300 with some pedals. Yeah. I'll have a crude setup, let me tell you, but it will be... Oh, the Moser racing wheel. I've seen that. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be good fun though, wouldn't it? Because I'm sure a lot of people who subscribe to this channel and new subscribers to this channel will like the F1 games. But I think it'd be fun if we do a Grand Prix all together. We'll stream it and we can all like, you know, stream the game. Stream the Grand Prix we do. The KSF1 wheel. Is that the one? So you've got a Logitech G920. But is the Moser... Why the Moser racing wheel? Has it got the active feedback? The motor thing? Oh, I'm out of focus here. There you go. Ah. That's brilliant that in your college you've got racing sims. So do you race other colleges in like a series? Oh, who's out? It's a Williams. It's Carlos Sainz is out. Carlos Sainz is out of the Grand Prix. Breaking news. Carlos Sainz, he was running well as well. He just put a move on Behrman. He was in P7. But Yuki Tsunoda is now in P7. Yeah, Daily Focus, that's a good setup. That's a good setup, that. If you've got a super powerful PC, I would say the F1 game is probably better on the PC than like on the PlayStation. Oh, yeah. Oh. At least, so Carlos Sainz did hit Kimi Antonelli. At least Kimi Antonelli can rejoin. I'm getting more spam. Oh. But Kimi Antonelli can still continue. He is down in P19 though. That is bad news. Bad news. Yeah, this is bad news for Antonelli down in P19. So Sainz out. Albon still in the race, but he's P18. It's a terrible Grand Prix for Williams. I think that was Sainz's fault. Obviously, trying to put a move on Antonelli. Yeah, DT. Sainz is out, brother. My driver of the day prediction is still in. And it's my driver of the day prediction was Fernando Alonso. And Behrman's having a great race. So I've got the dipstick of the day completely wrong. Max Verstappen, I had as second. Piastri, I had as first. So my predictions are not looking strong at the moment. Virtual safety car, though. Bunching everyone back up a little bit. Hulkenberg, by the way, up to P9. He started P11. So we've got Hulkenberg up to P9. Only one DNF so far. Carlos Sainz is your breaking news. Sainz is out of the Grand Prix. But Hulkenberg's done well. He's up into the points in that Sauber. Any point scored in that Sauber is a good result. He qualified P11. He's up to P9. He's up 2 places. That's good. Leclerc, you know, in P2, and he's holding off Norris. Norris is definitely in the quicker car as well. All over the gearbox. All over the gearbox of Leclerc. Hamilton up to P4. He's only 1.2 seconds behind Norris. End of the virtual safety car. These boys are racing again. Well, don't worry, DT. You've still got Ocon as your dipstick of the day prediction, right? And Ocon's down in P16, so... Unfortunately, Stroll's also having a bit of a mare. He's down in P15. Colapinto's up to P14. You know, driving that awful Alpine. Gasly in P12 in the Alpine. It's probably going to take some sort of racing incidents for either of those guys to score points today. I've got some broccoli as my snack, my healthy snack. Carlos Sainz on foot, walking through the pits. Not good. Such a shame. He was having such a strong weekend. Qualified well. Obviously, was a podium in the sprint. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame for Sainz. He's really found some form. Ever since he got that P2 in Baku, qualifying, and finished P3, Sainz is looking good. But now for Williams, it's an awful weekend. Albon getting into trouble on the first lap. Still in the race, but he's so far behind. Ah, chicken dinner, amazing. I had a lamb stew with mash, mustard mash. It was so good. That's a top tip. If you're making mash, rustic mash, butter, some mustard, whole grain or French mustard, it doesn't matter. It's great. Yeah, I love a casserole. Beef stew, the winner. Especially now it's getting colder, right? Now it's getting colder. It's just the best. You know, it's when it's raining outside. Yeah, beef stew's the one. So like I said, Verstappen, because he got a clean start, he's now pulled out a 3-second gap over Leclerc. But Verstappen's on the medium tyre. Leclerc is on the soft. So Verstappen's going to be able to go for longer, and he's quicker. Yeah, the slow cooker's the one. The slow cooker is the one. That's what I did today. If you've not got a slow cooker and you're watching this stream, you're missing out. Chuck all your stuff in it. Like 9 o'clock in the morning. Let it cook for like 7 hours. And it's unbelievable. It was so good. Lance Stroll down in P15. Alonso still in the points, P10. You know, Alonso was looking good yesterday for the sprint race. I felt for him. It was so unlucky. So unlucky to get a puncher on the first lap. The Stranger Things TV cafe. Where? I love Stranger Things. Well, where is that? I feel I need to know about this. Is it... Primark. Is it... Hang on. The Stranger Things TV cafe. Is this actually a thing, or are you winding me up? Are you winding me up? I feel like you're winding me up. Oh my god. More spam. How do I keep getting I keep getting spammed? Really? So in Primark, there's a Stranger Things cafe. And is it to do with the TV show? Or is it just called Stranger Things for a different reason? Oh, wow. And what for? Is it for like Halloween or something? I'm going to try it. I'm in. Nothing wrong with a little bit of Primani. Yeah, nothing wrong with a little bit of Primani, I tell you. So Gemma's now letting me know they did a Friends themed cafe. I didn't even know Primark had a cafe. Actually, maybe Primani or Primark could be our first sponsor for the channel. I'm here for it. Everyone get yourself down to Primark and get yourself a bargain at the Stranger Things cafe. Only in top Primark locations around the UK. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the last season of Stranger Things, to be fair. Yeah, well, my nearest one's Manchester. So, Verstappen has now pulled out a 4-second lead over Leclerc. Norris, 1.1 seconds behind Leclerc. Hamilton, almost 2 seconds behind Norris. Then we've got Piastri, who is 3.3 seconds behind Hamilton. Wow. Piastri struggling. Russell dropping down from 4th to 6th. He is 1.3 seconds behind Piastri. Then we've got Tsunoda up in P7. Good result for Tsunoda, actually, that. From P11 to P7. All on the mediums. There's only Leclerc in the top 10 on the softs. Hamilton's gone medium. Which means Hamilton is going to be quicker towards the end of the race. Interesting. But Leclerc is doing a good job here. Can he really protect those tyres, though? He's typed 512 words in 13 laps. Yeah, that's good. That's what we like. That's a lot of words. You know what they should do? I'm surprised there isn't like a dictate. Is there a dictation? Can you not just speak into it and it'll dictate your words into the chat? They should do that if it's not available. I don't know if it is. But I think that would be good. Oh, on Word, I mean for your work. Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. I don't think that's bad. We speak about 3 words a second, apparently. Yeah, it dictates a word and copy and paste. That's the one. Yeah, if you're confident enough about your subject and you're able to just dictate, honestly, it'll save you so much time. It's normally if you're not that confident about your subject and you can't just wax lyrical about it, that you may find an issue with dictation. Or you could just use ChatGPT and cheat. How to Pass Your College Course by Tony Craig, F1 Grandstand. Yeah, 1,000 words in 4 minutes. Love that. It's a great hack. Definitely a great hack. So we're on lap 15. Verstappen's pulled out a 5-second gap now over Leclerc. Yeah, I always wondered about that, actually, Daily Focus, because ChatGPT as a tool is obviously quite brilliant, especially for research. But you're not allowed to use, no AI is allowed on a worksheet as they check. Got it. What are you studying? No copy and paste, yeah. Esports level 3, brilliant. Yeah, esports level 3 sounds like the best course in the world, if I'm honest. The best course in the world. Oh, Lando Norris trying to put a move on Leclerc. He's going to switch back. He's going to make it stick. Leclerc's defended very well. Great driving by both drivers. Leclerc holds the position. Turn 14. And now Norris tries to switch back again. Oof. Leclerc held him off. Leclerc is now doing Verstappen a brilliant job of defending, because Leclerc holding the faster car of Norris and Verstappen just scampering away 6.3 seconds now ahead of Leclerc, while Norris is just 5/10 all over the gearbox of Leclerc. But he is literally defending Verstappen's position here. Verstappen scampering away. Yeah, so Daily Focus, I did computing, which was coding for 1 year. Then year 2 and year 3 is esports. Level 3, as it's a 2-year course, got it. With lots of worksheets, around 4 for each assignment. 2 pass, 1 merit, 1 distinction work. That's brilliant, mate. Congratulations. Good results. Get your degree. Excellent. And then you go make money on esports. Or even be a streamer. You know, people who stream gaming make tons of money. Tons of money, right? They do. They make so much money. Yeah, well, as long as you like it. Here's my the biggest hack in life is choose a goal, be on a ladder that you want to climb. Doesn't matter how hard it is. Simple as that. Don't choose a goal don't choose a goal just for money, right? Choose something that you actually would like to spend your days doing, because the joy is in the doing and not the result. So choose something you like to do the stuff. And then Daily says, my worksheets are 2 pass worksheets, 1 merit worksheet, 1 decision worksheet per assignment. Got you. So you have to do 2, 3, 4 worksheets per assignment. Got you. I should imagine there's quite a lot of work then. I mean, if Leclerc holds off Norris at this rate for another 30 laps, that's incredible. 40 laps even. Obviously, I failed maths. Actually, I'm pretty good at maths, to be honest. That's one of my strongest subjects. But yeah, 40 laps to go. Ah, thanks, Daily Focus. I'll take that. So are you. You're a top lad. Love it. Yeah, well, yeah, maths is one of my favourite subjects, actually. But the thing is with this is it comes back to being on a ladder that you want to climb. You know, setting up this channel was something I wanted to do regardless. I wasn't doing it for money. I was doing it because I like Formula One. I know there's a community out there that like to share ideas and talk about it. And so that's how this came about. And all I want to do is create a community where it's a friendly community where if you're new to Formula One, you can learn a little bit. If you have been watching Formula One for 30 years, you know it inside and out, that you can be one of those people in the community that helps other people. It's all about bringing more eyeballs to the sport because it's great for the sport, and having a place for everyone to hang out, really, because I want to hang out here. Do you know what I mean? That's all this is. And if it grows to a point where it makes money, where we can give back to the community, where we can give sort of, we can win Grand Prix tickets or merchandise or all this kind of cool stuff, that'd be amazing. But it seems a long way away so far. We're going to be going 10 weeks. We've hit first 1,000. We've just joined the YouTube part. I've just joined the YouTube partner program. So it is growing really well. But yeah, that's what it all comes down to. It's about creating a cool place where people like F1 can hang out. That's it. It's what it's always been. And if we can do that, then we're winning, right? Because I like doing this anyway. Do you know what I mean? So choose things that you like to do is my honest best advice I could give anybody. Because I've done things that pay really well, for instance, but I hated doing it, and it doesn't make you feel happy, right? Chase joy, not money. Put it on a t-shirt. Put it on a t-shirt. Verstappen now 7 seconds out of Leclerc. Wow, Leclerc doing an amazing job of defending Verstappen's position here. Holding back Norris. Norris is all over the gearbox of Leclerc. But Verstappen's nearly 8 seconds ahead. Hamilton just staying in touching distance of Norris. But don't forget, Hamilton's on the medium tyre. Leclerc's on the soft. So Hamilton's on the slower tyre. And he's within 1.5 seconds of Norris, who's also on the medium tyre, who's behind Leclerc on the soft tyre. But Leclerc is defending very, very well, driving very, very well. Keeping Norris behind him. But Norris is obviously always in that DRS zone. Just 0.5 off between. It's changing from like 2 to 0.5 behind Leclerc. Definitely way faster. But yeah, do you know what? Do you know what that says about you, Daily Focus? It took me 3 times and an exam remark to pass. I respect that, because that's you going, right, I'm not going to fail. I'm going to go again. I'm going to go again until I get the grade I need. And, it doesn't matter how many times it takes to get to your success. It's just, you just never give up on anything. Never, ever give up. Norris, speaking of never giving up, he's trying to switch back on Leclerc again. All over the gearbox. This is crazy. Can Leclerc hold him? Turn 13, he does. Wow. Wow. Lando Norris did exceed track limits there, though. And that's the 3rd time he's exceeded track limits. That could be getting to a point where he's looking at a penalty. Very soon, if he keeps driving like that. Antonelli, since Carlos Sainz clipped him, threw him into a spin, he's down in P16. He is making up places. Trying to carve his way up through the field. If Antonelli can get in the points from being P19 after that spin, from that contact with Carlos Sainz, he's showing some grit there, and that's what we want to see in these young rookies. Show us some grit, boy. So Piastri's are running the medium tyre. He's in P5. His pace is obviously not as good as Lando Norris, but Piastri basically saving his tyres to try and extend the run on the medium compound. Because he could, in theory, with a good stop, maybe jump Hamilton. We'll find out. We'll find out with their pit stop strategy. So Verstappen's pulled out a 9.6 second gap over Leclerc. Leclerc's softs have got to be going off now. He's losing grip. He's 100%. He's definitely losing his tyres. And Lando Norris getting frustrated. You can see it in the way he's driving. He's trying to find a way past Leclerc, but Leclerc just knows where to position that Ferrari. He's making that Ferrari so wide. Driving very well in the slower car. But like I said, he is doing Verstappen all the favours right now. He is doing Verstappen all the favours. Verstappen 10 seconds ahead now. Lando Norris, will he make this move stick? He will. He will. Norris passes Leclerc, but Leclerc did a sterling job keeping him behind him for that long. But Norris got the job done eventually. It took a while. He's so much quicker though, Norris. So much quicker than Leclerc. But then, like I say, like Leclerc's done Verstappen a huge favour. Allowed Verstappen to pull out a 10-second gap over Norris. Can Norris reel Verstappen in? Well, Norris really is pushing hard. But can he reel in 11 seconds to Verstappen? We're coming up to the halfway point of the race. Lap 22. Well, Hulkenberg, P9, still in the points. He's got 6 seconds between Hulkenberg and Alonso. 9th and 10th. Ferraris are all... Hamilton is all over. Oh, they're racing. Leclerc's tyres have gone off. Hamilton is quicker and he's trying to get past Leclerc. Leclerc defending with all his might against his teammate. They nearly touched. Yeah, I mean, Leclerc's coming to the pits. He's the only guy on the softs. He's made those softs last 23 laps and they've gone off. They went off 2 laps ago. Holding up Hamilton there was not the right move. Good pit stop, 2.3 seconds for Leclerc. So we've got Leclerc coming back out on the mediums. He will run on those to the end of the race. So he's got a brand new medium set on and he's going to run to the end of the race. And he's the first to pit. So it could be a good pit strategy that. Hamilton came out on the mediums first. He's going to try and extend that run on the mediums so he can finish the race on the soft. Where in theory that should mean he, providing the softs don't go off, he will be the quicker car on track towards the end of the race. Time will tell. So Zach Brown was talking about Oscar Piastri here, saying that this is basically as quick as Oscar's. Oscar's been lacking pace all weekend, he said, whereas Lando has, been good for pace, actually. No explanation. Just Piastri's having a slow weekend. And then all the conspiracy theories start coming out. Do they favour Lando Norris? Have they sandbagged Piastri's car? Are they on slightly different setups? Who knows? And I don't think I believe that McLaren are purposefully trying to make Lando world champion over Piastri. But there's a lot of people out there that do. I do think Piastri has had the shitty end of the McLaren team order stick. I do think that. What do you think? Do you think Piastri has been treated unfairly and that McLaren have been favouring Norris this season? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that in the chat. So we're really approaching the midway point now. Lap 25 of a 56 lap race. Midway point in 3 laps time. Yuki Tsunoda up in P6. Since Leclerc's pitted, everyone's obviously gained a position on track. Hamilton P3, Piastri P4, Russell P5. Don't forget, Russell started P4. Bad start from Russell. He dropped down to P6. Currently running P5. Tsunoda has had the best result, really, from P11 up to P6. Hulkenberg had a good result. I think he's on P11 up to P8. Still keeping that Sauber in the points. He has Leclerc on his gearbox after Leclerc's pit stop. Leclerc 3 seconds behind Hulkenberg. I'm expecting Leclerc to catch him, but Ocon into the pits. So that was Destroy Television's pick for was it driver? Yeah, Dipstick of the Day's prediction was Ocon. Well, he's down in 19th. He's not caused any incidents yet. Lance Stroll on the softs up to P12. Alonso still running P10 on those mediums. Now, he's a wily old fox, Alonso. He will be protecting those tyres, stretching this run out on the mediums for as long as he possibly can. So he can make the switch to the softs at the right time in order to be quick at the end of the race. Could be a great decision from Alonso. It's hard to think that Alonso doesn't makes bad calls, really. All the experience, 2-time world champion, a top-tier driver. And really always takes Lance Stroll to school every Grand Prix weekend. Can't wait to see him in an Adrian Newey car next year. Cannot wait to see that. Yeah, to see Alonso potentially in the best car designed by Adrian Newey on the grid in 2026 with a Honda engine, winning a world championship at 45 years old. I'm here for it. I'm rooting for him. Yeah, Leclerc just made easy work of passing Hulkenberg there. Leclerc passing Hulkenberg to move into P8. Don't forget, Leclerc has stopped. He will run to the end of the race now on those mediums. If he can show some pace. So you should be able to do 30 plus laps on the medium tyre. And that's what it is now, lap 27. Leclerc pitted, I think, lap 25. So it would mean 30. No, he pitted at 24, didn't he? So 32 laps is what Leclerc's going to have to do on that medium set of tyres. So we will have to do some tyre management. So Verstappen struggling on those medium tyres already, lap 27. So it's a hot track. He really wants those mediums to do 35 laps. And then if he's going to go onto the soft, then you have good softs for 20 plus laps. That's really where you want to be. But the mediums going off at 27 laps is a little early. So let's see how much time Verstappen could lose. He does have a 10-second gap currently over Norris. I mean, we're in that window now where safety car would see literally the whole grid get a cheap pit stop. Really, a safety car is the only thing that could really change things at the moment. I'm not seeing many exciting battles. Leclerc's making his way through the field. He'll be coming up on Behrman very soon. He's a second behind Behrman. I expect Leclerc will pass him in the next 2 laps. Obviously, that Haas running the Ferrari power unit. Will Behrman give him too much of a problem? I doubt it. Behrman currently running P7. Good result for the Haas when he got Ocon down in P19. Bit embarrassing for Ocon, really, to have that rookie Behrman just outclassing him this weekend. So the team radio, they are asking Max Verstappen to extend his run on this medium tyre for as long as possible. Verstappen saying these tyres are tricky right now. Just comes down to the deltas. Let's see how much time he's losing. So there you go. The Ferrari of Leclerc passing Oliver Behrman. Very easy. No challenge really from Behrman, as to be expected. Leclerc now 1.5 seconds behind Tsunoda. Tsunoda should make it a little bit more difficult for Leclerc to pass, even though Leclerc is far quicker than Tsunoda and gaining on him at about half a second a lap. Gasly into the pits. Onto the softs. Hoping those softs will take him 27 laps. We'll have to do some tyre management, I think, to make that happen. So Lance Stroll managed to stretch out that soft tyre to 29 laps. So obviously he'll switch to the medium till the end of the race. Verstappen holding his 10-second gap between him and Norris. Leclerc putting a move on Tsunoda, and can he make it stick? He's kept it in track limits, going on the outside. Yeah, it's a good move. Great move on Tsunoda. Leclerc just carving through the field on his new set of mediums. He's 8 seconds behind Russell now. But don't forget, Leclerc has already pitted. This is Leclerc to the end of the race. If he can manage those mediums to the end of the race, let's see it. It could be a podium for Leclerc here. He's driving well. That defend with Norris for 20 laps was unbelievable. Tsunoda's coming into the pits. He's on the softs now, so he needs to get 26 laps out of this soft tyre. It's doable. We just saw Lance Stroll do 28 laps, 29 laps, I think. 28 laps on the softs. So Piastri is going to make the pit stop onto the softs. So it's going to do 26 laps or 25 laps on the softs. That should be okay. That McLaren is actually such a nice balanced car. It's actually quite gentle on the tyres. So I think the McLaren Piastri he'll have extra pace from what we've seen while he's been out on the mediums. It's a good move. It's the right thing to do. He's currently 5 seconds behind Hamilton's pace. Hamilton will also be coming in for some softs soon. Hamilton extending that run on the mediums. He's at 31 laps. So that Ferrari not quite as kind on the tyres. But he is in the window now. He is in the window. 24 laps on the soft is achievable in that Ferrari. So Hamilton will be thinking to be coming in for his pit stop soon. I think 24 laps it's a long way on the softs, but it's doable. Tyre management, obviously crucial. But all of these guys on the medium tyres will be in the window now. Piastri, one of those drivers. He wants to get out on track in front of Leclerc. He's not. He's actually out behind Leclerc. Leclerc's up to P5 now. That is... Hamilton's come in for the soft. Let's see where he comes out. Can he get out in front of Piastri? Let's see. Good. Not the best stop from Hamilton. 2.6 seconds. We like it to be at 2.2, really. Around the 2 second mark. So not the fastest of times when he's trying to get out in front of Piastri. Is he going to do it? He is. He's done it. Hamilton out in front of Piastri on the soft tyre. So he's P6. Antonelli coming to the pits. Get off these softs. He managed to extend his softs to 32 laps. I mean, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of time on them soft tyres. Verstappen, lap 33 on his mediums. He's got to be in the window. So Norris in the pits. Softs going on. Yes, Daily Focus. You need to get Drive to Survive is brilliant. You'll honestly, and being new to F1, if you watch every season of Drive to Survive from season 1 onwards, you will get a really good overview of this sport. Because I was going to say, like, you don't need to choose your allegiance in your first season of following F1. Watch the end of this season, watch Drive to Survive, see teams that you like, because next season it's a complete regulation change, new power units. We don't know who's going to be good and who isn't. We're not going to know until Melbourne. So get a broad view of the sport, and then next season, see who you're going to, choose your allegiance. Choose your team, choose your driver. But you need to get, just watch the sport for a little while. Enjoy it, enjoy the racing, and just get a feel for it. You don't need to decide today who you support and who you follow. Just get a feel for the sport. Enjoy the racing. And then come March next year, that first Grand Prix in 26 in Melbourne, you'll have a great idea of who you like, the personalities of the drivers that you like, the teams that you like, some of the history of the last, say, 5 seasons from Drive to Survive. And then you can choose, right? Choose who you like. You might even decide to go for Cadillac, brand new team on the grid. Valtteri Bottas, I know that Gemma's favourite driver is Valtteri Bottas, and he is a legend. If you should go and have a look at his Instagram, he's hilarious. Valtteri Bottas is so damn funny. Such a character. And a great driver as well. Good driver. Solid. Quick pit stop from Russell there, 2.3 seconds. So, Leclerc P2, Norris P3 after the stops. Leclerc back in second place, undercutting Norris. It's good work from Leclerc, that is. Norris passed him on track. And then Leclerc came in for an early pit stop. Put some quick laps in. And then by the time Norris came in for his pit stop to go on the softs, Leclerc undercut Norris and he's back on track in P2. In position. Track position in front of Norris again. That was a good move because we saw Leclerc fend off Norris for 20 odd laps. Leclerc could get P2 here. He could do it again. Norris will be on the softs. He will be quicker. But Leclerc just knows how to make that Ferrari so wide and make it very difficult for Norris. Norris is 3 seconds behind Leclerc. And it's 21 laps of the race. Oh! Wow. Behrman having a mare. Overcooked it into turn, I think it was turn 15. He went for an overtake and lost the rear end, spins it. I think it was turn 15. As he was trying to attack Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda holds track position in P7. Just watching it now. Ooh! So Tsunoda sort of did change direction, actually. Behrman thought there was going to be a gap at the apex. There wasn't. Ended up in the gravel. Ollie Behrman accuses him of moving under braking. We'll see what the stewards have to say about that. Ollie Behrman still, look, it's not disastrous. He's in P9. Hulkenberg's gained a place up to P8. Ollie Behrman all over the gearbox of Hulkenberg is just a second behind him. So it's hard to judge that incident. So Yuki Tsunoda's obviously the car in front. Ollie Behrman's trying to put a move on him. It looked like Tsunoda was going slightly wide. Looked like there was a gap forming. Ollie Behrman starts going for the gap, and then Yuki comes back into the apex. whilst Behrman was heading for the gap. Behrman then, to avoid contact with Yuki, ends up on the grass, has a spin, and is now accusing Yuki Tsunoda of moving under braking. That'll be one for the stewards, that one. That'll be a steward's decision. They were just showing us Lando Norris's pit stop. It looked like yet again there was some sort of issue with the tyre gun. I mean, God. Fix your tyre guns, McLaren. Fix them. You can't have an issue in your pit stops every single Grand Prix. I mean, there has to be a fix for that. So, Leclerc, just a 1.2 second gap between him and Norris. Can Leclerc hold off Norris for 19 laps? Norris gaining ground on Leclerc very quickly because Norris is on the soft tyre. He's on the faster tyre. Leclerc's on the medium to the end of the race. Norris is on the soft to the end of the race. Hamilton is on the soft to the end of the race. 19 laps left. The real question is, can Hamilton catch Leclerc before the end of the Grand Prix? I think Norris will find a gap. Really, the best situation here will be for Hamilton is for Leclerc to hold up Norris and defend, all the while Hamilton's on the soft tyre, who can catch both. And then maybe Hamilton can pass Leclerc. It just depends how long Leclerc can keep Lando Norris behind him. And as we saw, he kept Lando Norris behind him for nearly, I think about 20 laps. He knows how to make that Ferrari very wide. Good driver, Leclerc. Great driver. Top three. Top three drivers on the grid for sure. All the rumours. His team looking, Leclerc's management team, personal management team, looking at other options for 2027. Leclerc's got a very long contract at Ferrari. He's got a contract to like 2029. He's Ferrari's golden boy. Yet, because of what's been going on and the turmoil at Ferrari this season, and also because I don't think he believes the Ferrari in 2026 is going to be very good, his team have been having conversations with other teams for 2027. There are performance-related clauses in the contract which would allow him to leave. And also there's always the option to buy a driver out of his contract. But yeah, Ferrari, all the rumours that are coming out about their power unit for 2026 are just not good. You don't. How can you lose your lead power unit designer, your lead engine designer to Audi, Zimmerman, before he's even seen his engine on the grid? What does that tell you? It's literally like rats leaving a sinking ship. It's literally him saying, oh shit, I'm not sure this Ferrari power unit's going to be good in 26. Because if it was good, you'd want to take all the credit. Because your value, your market value as that engineer is going to go through the roof. But he jumped ship. And he went to work with Bonotto at Audi, who was obviously the former Ferrari team principal. And they also took Schmidt as well, who was the performance engineer. Another top talent at Ferrari. And they all left before they could see the results of their hard work for the 2026 car. And the telling thing is that they told us that Ferrari power unit for 26 hadn't even been on a dyno. This is only a few weeks ago. They hadn't even seen it on a bench. They don't even know if it's making good power. Whereas Audi have had their power unit on a bench for months. Mercedes have had their power unit on a bench for months. Doesn't look good for Haas. It doesn't look good for Cadillac. I'm not sure this Ferrari is going to be good next year. And I'm not sure their power unit is going to be good next year. I know Mercedes' power unit is going to be good. I'm pretty sure Audi's power unit is going to be great. And Honda's power unit is also going to be great. I actually think the Ferrari and the Red Bull are going to be the two weakest power units on the grid. You heard it here first. And because of the new era of Formula One in 26, where we're moving away from aero, ground effect, the ground effect era, and we're having less grip, more power. Sorry, it's going to rely, the cars are going to be differentiated by the power unit rather than the aero. You know, it's all going to be about the engines. And the last time this happened was 2014, when it became about the power unit, and Ferrari dominated the sport for 7 years. Great at power, crap at aero and chassis, I think we could say. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Mercedes they never got to grips with the ground effect era of cars, just like Lewis Hamilton. But next year we're going to see something completely different. Completely different. Is the racing going to be better? Well, to be confirmed. To be confirmed. So Stroll up to P12. On the gearbox of Lawson. Alonso still holding good P10. He's now on the soft to the end of the race. I mean, Alonso would take a point in the Aston Martin, right? You know, any points those midfield teams greatly received. But you got Oliver Behrman, P9. If he didn't have that spin, he would be, well, he was right on the gearbox of Yuki Tsunoda, actually. And he's been driving flawlessly all weekend. Just a bit, I mean, I don't know whether it was Yuki's fault or not. That's for the stewards to decide. My personal view is that Yuki wasn't really moving under braking. There wasn't a big enough move for that to be classed as moving under braking. Behrman just went for a gap he thought was opening up. He was anticipating the gap that wasn't really there. That's my view on that incident. Good news for the Hulk, though. Hulkenberg started P11 in the points right now in that Sauber P8. That's a good result for the Sauber if he manages to hold that position. Tsunoda as well. To get into the points after terrible qualifying, he's up to P7. I mean, I think he started P11. So he's up 4 places. Russell down 2 places, down to P6. Piastri on the softs, P5. Still 6 seconds behind Hamilton. Hamilton is 10 seconds behind Norris. So Leclerc has Norris all over his gearbox. There is literally just half a second. $14 laps left. So I don't understand what's happening with Piastri. He's gone to the soft, the faster tyre, and he is not closing the gap on Hamilton at all. No improvement in Piastri's pace. Tootling around in P5. Norris in P3. I mean, he's losing points every Grand Prix to Norris. You know, he had that 33-point lead, didn't he? I think it was 33, give or take. I'm not, maybe 31, but yeah, I think it might have been 31. But he had an over 30-point lead to Norris, and Norris is just chipping away at that lead every single Grand Prix. Piastri really needs to find his form again. I mean, that DNF in Baku, it was really from then, wasn't it? We saw him jump the start at well, first of all, terrible qualifying, put the car in the wall in Baku, qualified P9. Then we see him jump the start, anti-stall kicks in, finds himself P19 on the starting straight, and then turn 3, overcooks it, puts the car in the wall. Pure frustration from Piastri. It's his 3rd season, and he's leading the World Drivers' Championship. Maybe it is getting to him. I always felt, though, when he had his 44 races without incident, bringing the car home, that this guy is so composed, so cool, calm and collected, that I would have thought that if he did have a wobble for one Grand Prix, he'd come back the same Piastri that we saw 44 Grand Prix prior to the wobble. Unfortunately, he's had 3 lackluster Grand Prix, really. And then he had the incident in Singapore where Norris, took him on the first corner. And he was annoyed about it because he felt that was against the McLaren team rules. And he felt they favoured Norris in that situation because Norris's excuse was he needed to avoid colliding with Verstappen. So he ended up touching wheels with with Piastri. So avoid touching Verstappen, but touch your teammate. And he had a point. It's hard to argue that point that Piastri had, right? I mean, how do you argue with that? It does seem to me that Piastri is getting the shitty end of the McLaren stick. What do you think? Tell me in the chat. But that doesn't explain why he's really off Norris's pace this whole Grand Prix weekend. And I know it's important to finish the race. I know it's important to get those points, especially when you're leading the World Drivers' Championship. But you can't keep allowing Verstappen to take out big chunks, 10, 15 points a race. Can't do that. And Norris, taking even 3 to 6 points a race. Like, you just can't keep doing that. You're going to have to put a strong performance in. Keep those guys behind you if you can, right? At least for 1 or 2 Grand Prix before the end of this season if you're going to win it. And like Lewis Hamilton said to Piastri, don't give up any places. You're going for the World Drivers' Championship. Don't give up any places. And I agree with him. Like, you've got to have that ruthlessness if you want to be, World Drivers' Champion. You've got to have that in you. To be super ruthless. Ten laps left. So maybe Norris's tyres are going off a bit because he's gone from being half a second behind Leclerc to 2.5 seconds behind Leclerc. Maybe Leclerc was doing a little bit of tyre management because he needed quite a good long stint on these mediums. So maybe Leclerc is pushing a little harder to keep Norris outside of that DRS zone. Can't understand Piastri. He is not gaining any ground on Hamilton at all. And he's got Russell 3 seconds behind him. Russell hasn't really been challenging. It's his whole Grand Prix. He qualified P4, dropped 2 places on the first lap. He's been steady P6 his entire race. He's got Yuki Tsunoda 14 seconds behind him, but he's not quick enough to get onto the gearbox of Piastri. So just tootling around in P6 for Russell. Happy to finish a race, I guess, and happy to score points. Not the ideal track temperatures for that Mercedes. So that's true. Hamilton and Leclerc both going to score good points for Ferrari if it stays like this. They will be closing the gap down to Mercedes in the team standings. It was looking like Ferrari could drop down to maybe fourth in the Constructors' Championship the way they were going, but maybe they can mount a challenge to get back to P2. Antonelli obviously having a bit of a mare. He's not going to score points this Grand Prix. Russell, P6. Right now, Hamilton running P4, Leclerc running P2. Providing they both finish the race, it will be a decent points haul for Ferrari. So 10 laps left of this race. I mean, McLaren, we have to talk about McLaren. From being so dominant to being really not dominant. The car looks balanced, but it doesn't look like it. I mean, something's gone on, right? Is it to do with setup of the car? Is it to do with lack of upgrades because they've been focusing on their 2026 car, and because they were so dominant they felt that they didn't need to bring any more upgrades before the end of the season? And then we've seen Red Bull bring a new floor, multiple different wings, different bits of aero. I mean, that new floor was a game changer, but that new floor in the Red Bull, I've said it a million times, was an upgrade that Christian Horner sanctioned. That was a Christian Horner upgrade, that new floor, that has made all the difference to this Red Bull car. It's brought balance where there was no balance. So I know Lauren McKees is getting a lot of credit for what he's doing at Red Bull, but the game-changing upgrade for that Red Bull car was a Horner upgrade, which he instigated, which he was responsible for, but didn't get to see the fruit of his labour. It was rolled out after he had been ousted from the team, and Laurent Mekies is getting all the credit for it. But that new floor upgrade that came in Monza was a Horner upgrade. Obviously, there's been multiple different wing variations since then, front wing variations, which have obviously worked pretty well. And some other aero tweaks as well. But the point is, Red Bull have still been bringing upgrades to that Red Bull car, whereas McLaren have not. They've not brought an upgrade since, I want to say, Hungary, as long ago as Hungary, where they did something with the suspension. But apart from that, McLaren have not been developing this car for this any further. So Charles Leclerc is still there, out there on the medium to the end of the race, and he's holding Norris to a 2-second gap. And Norris is on the softs. They did say that Norris had been complaining on the team radio that his softs were already going off. Losing confidence, I guess, in his soft tyres. And Hamilton 10 seconds behind Norris. And then there's 8 seconds between him and Piastri in 5th. I mean, Lawson's 1 second behind Alonso. Could he... and that's for P10. Alonso's in P10. Lawson P11, they're showing it me now, actually. And you got Lawson sandwiched by both of the Aston Martins. I mean, to be fair, Stroll's recovering well. He's in P12. Half a second behind Lawson, who is 1 second behind Alonso. All fighting for that 1 point P10. Because Alonso is 9.5 seconds behind Behrman. So all this fight is for P10. So Stroll has got DRS behind Lawson, but Lawson has not got DRS behind Alonso because he is not within 1 second. Antonelli putting a move on Ocon. Hadjar still down in P17. Not really seen much of Hadjar this Grand Prix, been very quiet. Nothing remarkable. Obviously had a terrible qualifying. Starting at the back of the grid. Hasn't done anything remarkable during this race. P17. Not the best weekend for the rookie. Obviously, he is auditioning for that Red Bull seat, isn't he? For 2026. So they're talking about driver of the day in Sky is saying Charles Leclerc is going to get driver of the day. I'm surprised Alonso's not in the mix. He's in the points. I have to say, though, the way Leclerc's been driving, the way he defended from Norris, the way he's still defending from Norris. If Leclerc keeps Norris behind him for the next 7 laps, Norris is 1 second behind him now. If he can stop Norris from passing him, then Leclerc 100% driver of the day. 100% in that Ferrari. To get P2 is remarkable. Really. Remarkable. He knows how to put that Ferrari in the right place on the track to make it as wide as hell. Norris on a charge. He's got 7 laps to pass Leclerc. Norris on the softs. Definitely has more race pace. Definitely quicker than Leclerc. He's within DRS. Got 6 laps to do it now. So this is the fight. The fight for second place. Leclerc has driven a brilliant race. A brilliant race. He has to get driver of the day. But he is. Norris is all over the gearbox of Leclerc. Verstappen, I told you he was going to scamper away, though. Leclerc's defending of Norris just did Verstappen all the favours. Took all the pressure off him. Verstappen just had to clean air, run his race from P1. Led from start to finish. Leclerc holding the traffic up behind him, allowing him to scamper away and get a 10-second gap. He's now got a 7-second gap to Leclerc. Verstappen's just going to bring it home. He doesn't need to push. He just needs to bring it home. 6 laps. The real battle is Leclerc and Norris. Just half a second. Leclerc all over the gearbox. Norris all over the gearbox of Leclerc. Can he put a move on him in the next 5 laps? Norris on the soft tyre should be quicker. He is quicker. He just can't find a way back past. He has DRS and he cannot find a way past. Here we go. He's put the move on him here. But Charles Leclerc switched it back. Brilliant. So Lando Norris put the move on Leclerc turn 1. And Leclerc just switched it back. Brilliant. Brilliant driving from Leclerc. Perfect. I don't think Leclerc could have driven a better race today. We're going to have to give it Leclerc. It's just Charles Leclerc, driver of the day, for sure. For sure. Leclerc on fire. Norris has just put the move on Leclerc. He had to. The Ferrari still he's trying to switch it back again. It's a long stint on this medium tyre for Leclerc. Probably just going off a little bit. So Norris needs to get above 1 second ahead of Leclerc, get out of that, so Leclerc doesn't have DRS, because he could put the move back on him. It's great racing from these two. Leclerc staying within DRS. Yeah. So regardless of Norris passing Leclerc, Leclerc still gets the driver of the day. To get that Ferrari on the podium, remarkable. And also to finish 12.5 seconds ahead of Hamilton. You know, and also to qualify where he qualified, and you know, Leclerc fully deserves driver of the day. It's hard to choose my dipstick of the day, though. Oh, who would be my dipstick of the day? I mean, Lance Stroll for what he did yesterday. Probably. What he did in the sprint race, it was just ridiculous. Isaac Hadjar making light work of passing Pierre Gasly, moving to P16. 3 laps left. Verstappen's got this one. Leclerc's dropped 2.5 seconds behind Norris now. There's going to be no threat to Leclerc from Hamilton. He's 12 seconds behind. But Leclerc definitely still deserves driver of the day. George Russell, just safe and sound. He lost 2 places. Lap 1 from P4 to P6. Held P6 the entire race. Yuki Tsunoda's 20 seconds behind him, so there's going to be no drama there. Piastri, what's been going on with Piastri, we don't know. He has been uneventful. No challenge, really. Started P6, finished P5. Not a good Grand Prix weekend for him. Norris has been showing some fight, though. He's going after it. It's going to be a P2 finish for Norris. Probably the best that one of the McLarens could hope for after Verstappen showed his pace, putting that Red Bull on pole. P2 is probably as good as it gets. I think Hamilton and I think both Ferraris 3 and 4 is actually a good result for Ferrari. Not only scoring all those points for the team, but actually probably, if we're honest, the best result for Ferrari was P3 and P4 today. To beat Piastri into P5, you have to say that's the best Ferrari could have hoped for, and also to be in front of the Mercedes of George Russell and Antonelli. So really, Ferrari have had a great weekend, but Charles Leclerc, 100% driver of the day. That all of the first 20 laps defending Norris was just brilliant. Brilliant. Shame he couldn't hold him off to the end of the race in that second stint after the pit stop. But still, driver of the day, 100%. Charles Leclerc. He's on fire. Good result. Yuki Tsunoda, though, special mention. Terrible qualifying, but he's put that Red Bull into the points, P7. The most important part of Yuki Tsunoda's result today is he's in front of both of the Racing Bulls, right? We know Verstappen is God-tier driver, but Yuki Tsunoda being well in front of Lawson and Hadjar does Yuki a lot of favours for his audition to try and keep a seat in 2026. Hulkenberg as well, P8 in that Sauber. That's one hell of a result. Hulkenberg's been brilliant all weekend. He had to be a contender for driver of the day, really. Qualifying P4 in the sprint race. So unlucky. So Colapinto and Gasly fighting it out for P17. Don't touch each other, boys. That's the last thing Alpine need. Two laps left. Your winner will be Max Verstappen. Your second place man will be Norris. Leclerc will be on the podium, P3, barring any mechanical failures. Hamilton, big gap between him and Piastri, 5 seconds. Hamilton, P4. It's been a good weekend for Ferrari, really. So Franco Colapinto putting a move on Gasly at turn 1, wheel-to-wheel racing with his teammate. Gasly probably wasn't expecting that. Probably wasn't expecting that, but Colapinto's trying to audition. He's trying to keep a drive in the Alpine next year for 2026. So maybe he just wants to beat his teammate, even in the last lap. Get by. Yeah, they're just going to bring the cars home now, these guys. Bortoletto, what happened to him? Down in P19. Bortoletto's really been having a few stinkers, actually, after showing such promise. But Bortoletto put a move on Gasly to P18. Do we care? When Hulkenberg's up in P8 scoring points for that Sauber team and Bortoletto's down in P18, that is not where you want to be in your rookie season. But Hulkenberg has been quick all weekend, really getting maximum pace out of that Sauber. Congratulations to Hulkenberg. But Charles Leclerc, driver of the day. Congratulations, Charles. Well deserved. Last lap. It's going to be Verstappen again. Really making the driver championship a little more interesting. Max Verstappen, you know, you can never rule him out, can you? It's mathematically possible Verstappen could win the World Drivers' Championship. Will he? We don't know. Mexico Grand Prix next weekend. Making his way around on the last lap. Bringing the Red Bull home. Hamilton's thoughts have gone right off. Can Piastri catch him? There we go. Your race winner. Verstappen first, Norris second, Leclerc third. Can Hamilton hold off Piastri on this last lap? Hamilton's tyres have gone completely. Last corner. He does. Hamilton just holds P4, Piastri P5, Russell P6, Tsunoda P7, Hulkenberg P8, Behrman P9, Alonso P10, Lawson P11, Stroll P12, Antonelli P13. Not a great result for him, obviously, with that spin, that collision with Carlos Sainz, who DNF'd. Albon 14th, Ocon 15th, Hadjar 16th. And that is how your Grand Prix has finished. Ah, well, Mighty Max does it again. You can't rule him out, can you? So we've got Mexico next weekend. And don't forget, I will be going live every evening at 7:30 UK time, GMT, with your daily Formula One news. Next weekend, we'll be doing watch-alongs again for the Mexico Grand Prix. And with a bit of luck, we will have live timings as well, baby. So we are trying to upgrade. We're trying to bring our own upgrades to Mexico so you can enjoy it just a little bit more. But thank you so much for watching this watch along with me. This has been F1 Grandstand. Hope you've enjoyed the live stream. I will see you tomorrow at 7:30 for your daily F1 news. Please do enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And big thank you to Daily Focus. Big thank you to Gemma. Big thank you to Destroy Television and everyone else who's been enjoying the stream. But for now, ta-ta.